Fathers, what moment made your life fall apart? I was brushing my teeth when I heard the front door close. I assumed it was the wind. It was late, nearly 2 in the morning. I went downstairs expecting to find a draft, maybe the hallway window open. Instead, I found my 10-year-old daughter standing barefoot in the entryway. She was wearing a hoodie that didn't fit her. It was backward. She had a plastic grocery bag in one hand. Her face was red. Her hair was wet like she'd been crying or walking in the cold. I asked where she'd been. She said, "I just wanted to see if Mommy still lives at the hotel." I asked if she knocked. She shook her head. I just stood outside, but the lights were off, so I came back. She wasn't panicked. She didn't even seem surprised that I was asking. She acted like she'd come back from the kitchen. Not from walking 3 blocks alone at 2 in the morning with no shoes on. I didn't sleep that night. I sat next to her bed while she curled up like everything was fine. I kept thinking about all the little things I hadn't paid attention to. She'd been wearing that hoodie to school almost every day. She stopped asking to watch cartoons with me. She started going to bed without saying anything. I just thought she was getting older. The next morning I checked the Ring camera. She left the house at 1:46 a.m., walked quietly, didn't hesitate, just slipped out the door and headed down the street like she'd done it before. I called the school. I asked to speak with the counselor. I told her something personal had come up at home and asked if she'd noticed any changes. She hesitated. Then she said, "She's been coming to the nurse's office a lot. Says her stomach hurts, but she doesn't seem sick. She just lies there until recess ends." That afternoon, I got an email from her teacher. She said my daughter had been quiet lately. Not disruptive, just quieter than usual. Wore the same hoodie every day. Didn't smile at jokes anymore. She said I should take a look at a drawing my daughter submitted for an art project called My Family. I found it that evening, crumpled in the bottom of her backpack. She had drawn herself and her mom on a park bench eating ice cream. There were bright colors, flowers, a sun in the corner. Off to the side was a stick figure, gray, standing alone by a mailbox holding a letter. That was me, not next to them, not in the middle, just far off, almost like I didn't belong in the picture. I sat at the table staring at that drawing for a long time. I kept thinking about how many nights I'd walked right past her door without checking in, how many times I'd said just a minute and forgot to come back, how she'd started making her own breakfast without asking, and I took that as independence, not distance. She used to draw me holding her hand. Now I was just the mailman. That night I called my ex-wife. We hadn't had a real conversation in over a year, just texts about scheduling and drop-offs. I told her what happened. She didn't say anything for a while. Then she asked, "Did she make it home safe?" I said yes. Then I heard her crying. We talked for almost 3 hours, not about us, just about her, what she needed, what we hadn't given her. That weekend, the 3 of us had breakfast together. My daughter didn't say much, but she watched both of us like she was waiting for something to go wrong. It didn't. We ate pancakes. She even smiled when I dropped a piece of bacon on the floor and pretended it got away. After we finished eating, she asked if Mommy could come again next Sunday. I said, "If you want her to." She said, "I do." So now every Sunday we have breakfast. Just one meal, one table, 2 parents trying not to let their daughter feel alone in a house full of lights she's afraid to turn on. What moment made my life fall apart? It wasn't the divorce. It wasn't the custody battle. It wasn't the missed birthdays or the quiet car rides. It was the night I realized my daughter walked barefoot in the dark to stand outside a hotel window just to feel close to someone who used to live down the hall. And what fixed it? Finally being there before she had to go looking for someone else.